Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to do a massive Sephora haul. And I do have some products that are not from Sephora, but they're trickling in to become available at Sephora, or they're just stuff that I really want to show you guys and get your feedback on what you're most excited about, what you want me to focus on in videos. So I will link everything down below, also the makeup that I'm wearing. If you're excited about this video and new launches, give this video a thumbs up, and let's go ahead and get into what I picked up recently. All right, so we've got a lot to go over. I have been shopping and shopping and shopping. I'm a little out of hand and I'm like, what's going on with me? There's a lot of things that really just caught my eye. I think also it's a little retail therapy because I am going through some personal things. My bulldog is declining and it's just really been hard on me. So I'm trying to rein it in because I've gone a little crazy, but I did want to see what you guys want me to review, and I do justify it because it is for my channel most of the time. I did also want to mention that my nails, I get a lot of comments about my nails, and I've been doing my own press on nails for at least 6 months now, and I'm loving it, and I get so many compliments. So I will link these down below. These are from Glamnetic, but I do try to link my nails down in my description box now that I do them myself. But I get so many comments like, what polish is that? It's so beautiful. And I'm like, it's press-ons, babe. So let's start off with the stuff that you can get at Sephora. I did pick up both of these from YSL, and this is their holiday collection, or part of it. So we have the Candy Glaze in 21, and this is a gorgeous shade from what I've seen. The packaging is so pretty. I feel like YSL just really speaks to me in terms of like luxury brands. So I had to pick this up, and this looks stunning. When you swatch it, it has a really beautiful high shine to it, and it has almost like a glitter pink sparkle, but it's very subtle. I cannot wait to try this. And then along with that, there is a new lip oil. Now there's 2 shades, I think, of the Candy Glaze and then 2 of the lip oil. I got these because they seem to be the most like bam in your face. So this is in the shade 100. The packaging is to die for, and very similar, oh my gosh, to the Candy Glaze. This is so beautiful and high shine. I think I'm going to apply this. Oh yeah, this is giving everything I wanted it. Ooh, it smells like watermelon or something. So pretty. It has just the right amount of that like glow and glitter. I think this is stunning. I'm so excited about these 2 products. Initially, I wasn't gonna get them because I thought they were just gonna be like clear, but I saw a couple reviews, and once I saw these applied on people, I was like, you're coming home with me. I also picked up a few new products from Patrick Ta's holiday collection. So let's start off with the duos. These are the eyeshadow duos, and I picked up 2 different colors. So this is Always on Your Mind. This one is more of that like taupey, kind of grungy metal. Look how gorgeous these are. Now I know that there is a lot of discussion about the price. It is outrageous. I feel like I have to say that the prices in general are outrageous, not only for makeup, but for literally everything. I'm like, how is this going to continue? So I know that we're all feeling it, and I know that like beauty and makeup is a luxury. It truly is. Even though I get PR, I'm a beauty lover at heart. So I do, you know, spend my money on beauty and my dogs. Like I have my hobbies as everybody else does, but it is getting out of hand. And I think we are seeing more brands, pretty much every brand now is starting to do sales and having to offer, you know, like coupons. I'm seeing even on the Sephora app, just randomly like 10% off. The other day, Ulta had like 2 days of 20% off. So I think that with these rising prices, these brands are gonna have to like really bring it. Give us something incredible. Give us a promo. Give us an incentive, right? The points and all of those things. But I do agree that when I initially heard about these, the price was absolutely insane, and I still think it is. But then I'm seeing other prices from other brands, and I'm like, we're getting into a little bit of a crazy territory. But I do think that these are beautiful if you get the shades that you will use and if you really like a sparkly, glittery eyeshadow. So that was my rant about that. I mean, this is swatching just how I wanted it to. Super beautiful. And then I also got In Your Dreams. Now this one I think I'm gonna use the most because it truly is just like, I can put this with anything and it looks beautiful. And this one, it looks like the white shade has more pigment, and then this is more of like a champagne topper. So let's swatch right here. So if you can see what I'm talking about, you have more of a base with this shade and then more of like a translucency, but these are all for extremely glittery and shiny, which is what I personally want when I'm paying over $40 for eyeshadow duos. So I'm happy to have these in my collection, but I definitely recognize that the price is crazy. And then along with that, I did also grab, which now I'm kind of like, did I need both of these? I grabbed 2 of the Patrick Ta matte eyeshadow artistry edits. So these are the new 6 pans and they have 6 shades in each. And I picked up the medium, which is this one. And I also grabbed the light. I think that looking at these, they're going to be very similar to shades that I own from him. I wish there would have been more variation, although I haven't swatched them, you know, side by side, so I can't say. I probably should have only purchased the light. And the reason I say that is because most days in the Patrick Ta palettes and just any palettes in general, I do reach for shades this light. What I have on my eyes today, just something very easy, but I do love his formula. They are some of my favorite shadows that I own. I would say those and Makeup by Mario and Natasha Denona. Those are like the standouts for me when I think of like, if I had to get rid of all of my eyeshadows, those are my go-tos. Although I am playing with some other new brands, but I did pick these up. So let me know if you want me to do a tutorial. I thought that I could kind of do all of these together so we could have like a cohesive look. And if you haven't seen my video, I did a first impressions on the new Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes Nature palette. I have to say that I am enjoying this palette. I think it's beautiful. I think the mattes blend so easily, like truly effortlessly, and I struggled with the first version. And I think that the shimmers are not as glittery or chunky. They're more smooth, but I still find them to be very, very shimmery and impactful. So I wanted to just swatch these right here. I mean, I've used this palette, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 times now. I think that these are still very pretty and glowy on the lid, but if you're looking for something like the Patrick Ta, then no, I don't think that these are going to be shimmery enough for you, but the mattes are chef's kiss, and I think that the shimmers are gorgeous. Like for every day, if I want to do like a New Year's Eve look or something really like bam, I'm gonna reach for my Patrick Ta duos, or I'm gonna reach for like the Danessa Myricks eyeshadow duos. But I am very happy with this. I think it is a phenomenal palette. And then I did also review this YSL face palette. I have to say, again, YSL comes through. The packaging is stunning. And I think this truly is a great value in terms of what you get for YSL formulas. So inside we have 3 blushes and then 3 highlighters. Now I misspoke when I first used this because I thought these were all new because the Sephora website sort of paints it that way, but these are shades that exist already. So I do already own these 2 shades, which is, I think it's like Restless Rose, which is my favorite. And then also, I think it's like Nude La Ville or something like that. They have a satin formula to them, and they do give you that like really glowy cheek, but it's not chunky or glittery. And then the shade down here, I don't own. So that was new to me. I just think this is such a great value because you get to have 3 YSL blushes, and this formula is incredible. I've raved about it ad nauseum. And then you also get 3 highlighters. And I think that these 2 are really beautiful and they suit my skin tone. I kind of like how this middle one has that like pinky iridescence. The only shade that I will not use is this shade right here. I could use it as an eyeshadow, but for me, I'm gonna stay in this area, and I just think this feels so luxe. I love the formula. If I didn't already own the other blushes, this is just like a perfect gift. I feel like anyone would love this gift if they like luxury beauty or they like beauty in general. And I think it's a really good value. So definitely happy that I picked that up. And then I also did review these. These are the Dior, actually no, I reviewed one of these, the Dior Backstage palettes. Now I did do a demo on this one, which is the rose gold, but I didn't show you this one and I haven't tried this one yet. So we have the rose gold, and I actually really like this one. I do think that the newer formula or these new colors have more glitter than the original. The original is always going to be the best. It's the universal, and I haven't compared the original universal to the one that they launched, but that palette is like well loved around here. But I do like these. I think these are really pretty, and even though there's a little bit of glitter, it's not the kind of glitter that's like flying all over and I can't get it to adhere. So I'm quite happy with this. I was unsure at first, but the more I use it, the more I'm happy I have it. And then I did also pick up this Frosted Opal Glow. Now this one came out later, but I could not resist it, and I haven't used this yet. I will say when I'm swatching these, I get a little worried that they have that like sort of glittery, kind of dusty feel. They do have that like iridescence to them. I think it's more of a formula or color story where you really want to like buff them in and get that ethereal look. So jury is out on this one, but I haven't demoed it yet. I haven't tried it yet. I always like to wait, or usually I like to wait until I can do a review with it. So let me know if you're interested in that. I also picked up this holiday palette from Too Faced. After I saw Teresa is Dead raving about this, she just cracks me up. Like, her intros and her one-liners just kill me. I actually like screen record them and send them to my friend because I'm like, we are one, babe. Like, I just feel her so much. So this is the Fairy Tale Crush palette, and she was raving about this, and this has a cream formula of their cloud blush. So I wanted to try that, and then also a highlighter and then 2 powders. So I've used the cream and it's really nice, and it has the little window as well. It's a really interesting and unique feel. Like when you touch it, it feels almost like rough, but then it kind of melts, and the shade is really pretty. And I haven't used this yet, but we know that she likes an intense highlight, so I could definitely see that. And then of course you have a really baby pink blush, and then more of a like neutral kind of mauvey pink. So I'm interested to try these a little bit more in depth. I have only tried the cream, but it was really nice, and I'm happy with it. And then I also bought these, and now I'm sort of regretting this, but I went a little crazy. I bought both of these Hollywood look in a palette from Charlotte. Miss Charlotte, it got me, okay? So the packaging I actually really like. I think it's really fun. It's like this kind of squishy tinsel maybe. And then I got the lighter version, which I think may be a little too soft for me. I've only tried the eyeshadows so far, and I felt like this was just pretty hard pressed. I don't know, I just didn't think that it did much on the eyes. So that's my only like first impression on this. I haven't tried the face products yet. And then I did also get the deeper version, and I feel like this would be more suited to my skin tone because I do like to have a nice bronze, and I do like a little bit more of a punchy blush, but these are not highlighters. They're kind of like blush toppers. So I'm interested to really dive into these, but again, I ordered these and then, I don't know, I didn't get to a video right away. So now I'm like, is it too late? Who knows? So if you want to see reviews on any of these, let me know which one. I also went a little crazy with the setting sprays. I feel like there was like 3 that dropped right at once. I wanted to try all 3. So I did pick up the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Long Wear Blurring Setting Spray. So I've used this a handful of times. I used it in a Trying New Makeup, and I just don't really think it does much. I'm kind of on the fence about this one. It doesn't disrupt my makeup. It kind of settles powders in, but it doesn't really blur or add any value that I can tell. I'm still trying to get my thoughts on it, but it's just kind of one of those that is just kind of there. I'm not really seeing much. Let me know if you've tried that. But the 2 that really are standing out to me are these 2. So the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Liquid Blurring Balm. Now this is like a mattifying setting spray. I really like this. The mister is incredible on it, and it really does kind of just blur and give you that like filtered good look. I don't think that I would use this in place of powder just because I like to powder nonetheless, but I don't find it to be really heavy or drying. I think it actually really does make your makeup look very nice. But again, I'm still kind of testing like in terms of longevity and things like that. And then I really think the favorite for me may be this Charlotte Tilbury matte setting spray. So I love the original Charlotte setting spray, so I'm not really surprised, but I feel like this is nice and smoothing on the skin. Again, it really locks everything in very similarly to the original spray, but I do find that this kind of blurs, and it does say that it's supposed to smooth, set, and mattify. It just kind of feels like it gives you a veil on your skin, which I'm a fan of. So I'm really liking this so far. Out of the three, this is my pick, and then a close runner-up would be the Danessa. I did also pick up the new Makeup by Mario foundation, and this is the Surreal Skin Natural Finish. I am loving this so far. So I have the shade 4.5N. I mix this in with other foundations, and I really like having this as a mixer because it gives me the best of both worlds. So I'm wearing it right now, and I usually just do like 2 pumps of this and then 1 pump of like a matte foundation. I just like the duo because I feel like I get the longevity, I get the smoothness, I get the ease of use with powder, but this gives you a little bit of that skin-like feel. But I have been enjoying this, and I've just been using my LA Girl white pigment to kind of tone it down. So far really liking it. I think it's one of the best new launches in terms of foundation this year. I have a few lip balms I also purchased, and I've really been loving these. So these are from Laneige, and these are their glittery colors for holiday. And I like that these actually really have that shine on the lips. They look so beautiful, just the perfect amount of shimmer. They smell really good, and I find that they kind of remind me of the Dior lip balm. Just nice and hydrating, but not super sticky, and they just give you that really high shine finish. I think these are so beautiful. My favorite has to be Pink Supernova. I just think it's really pretty, and I've been reaching for it a ton. Like when I don't wear makeup, I'm putting on a lip liner stain, I'm doing a little bit of clear, brow gel, and then I will put this on, and it is so beautiful. So I'm very happy with these. And then I also did get these a while ago, but I wanted to haul them. The Wise Beauty Like a Gloss lip tints are top tier lip tints. I have every single shade. They sent me one, I bought all of the other ones. Highly recommend these if you want something that is super nourishing, like more hydrating than the Laneige, but you want that pigment and that shine. So this shade right here is Fashionably Late. Look how shiny this is. They're not sticky, but they're very hydrating. I just cannot rave about these enough. I need other people to start using these because I feel like no other content creators are using these. I think it's because they don't send a bunch of PR, but it's like, hello, this is incredible. Like I know that if content creators got their hands on these, they would be raving about them. I just need people to try them. Please trust me on this. And then this is the lightest shade called Life of the Party. This one's really pretty if you like that like peachy pink lip, but cannot rave about these enough. When I feel like I'm truly dead inside and out, you know that feeling? I will reach for one of these to give me some life because I just look like I'm mummified. You know what I mean? Like everything's washed out and I'm like, I just need a little bit of pigment. These are incredible. They have a red shade and also like a pink berry. I can't pick a favorite because they're all so good. Now let's move into some luxury beauty because I have been going crazy, and I think it's just the holiday collections or the new releases are just grabbing me in terms of luxury beauty versus like the standard brands in Sephora. So I picked up both of these from Dior and I'm wearing one right now. So I started out with the shade Daisy, and these are the Forever Blush Soft Filters. I started with this shade and it is so beautiful. I use it on my cheeks and I use it on my lips as well. It swatches kind of like blah, but it just blends so easily. Like if I were to swatch this, it looks terrible. But once you blend it out, it gives you like this blurred matte beautiful look, but it's not dry. It has this like nice, I don't know, thick kind of cloud feel to it. So stunning. I use these on my lips as well, and they are so beautiful. They give me like that powdered, blotted look. So then today I'm wearing the shade Lily. It's my first time trying it today. This is more of a pink color. My only complaint about these is the scent. I don't mind it when it's on my cheeks, but I do notice when I apply it on my lips, like initially, it does have that like floral, kind of juicy, fruity mix, that kind of, you know, luxury scent to it, but I don't taste it, which is the deal breaker for me. So it's not something that I can't handle. It's just something I wanted to note, but so, so beautiful. Absolutely love these. I think if you're somebody that doesn't use a lot of powder, or even if you do like just something that's not dewy or emollient, those are incredible. And then I also bought this highlighter and I'm wearing it today. I've been using it. This is the Dior highlighter for holiday. Of course, this is limited edition. The packaging is a 10 out of 10. It has that like actual fabric, puffy packaging. This is so beautiful. It is more of a soft formula, but you can really, really build it up. So I'm wearing it on my cheeks today. Hopefully you can see. It is just gorgeous. It has that really pretty kind of like pink look to it, but not too pink and not too gold. It kind of shifts back and forth, and I find that it doesn't leave like particles all over your skin. It just has this really beautiful glow to it. I don't know how else to describe it. It is truly stunning. I don't want to splurge on a highlighter or, you know, a luxury blush if I'm actually not going to like the pigment of it, because while it looks beautiful like presentation wise, I want to actually like this. Like I've tried in the past the Clé de Peau, I think they're like the little highlighter glow powders. They just weren't for me. So I want to make sure I'm actually going to like this. But once I saw this shade, I was like, you are coming home with me. And I'm so happy with this. I think it is absolutely beautiful. And then I did also, again, Dior is getting me. Dior is getting my money. I did pick up one of the Rosy Glow blushes. So this is the same colors as their original blushes, but these are supposed to have a glow or like satin finish. So of course I got the pink. I've not swatched this yet, but let me swatch this next to that highlighter. Okay, so looking at this, it's very, very light, which is exactly how the original blush is. It does have a glow to it. I don't know, I almost wonder if this would be something that I would use as like a topper or even like a highlighter hybrid. It's hard to tell until I get it on my skin, because swatching it, I just don't feel like you're going to see enough of it. They did have another shade that I thought was really pretty. It was like a mauve, but I'm a sucker for the baby pinks. So I'm intrigued to get this on my cheeks because I feel like you won't get the true feeling of it until you actually apply it to the skin. And the final product that I got from Dior, I obviously went crazy this year, is these sequin liquid duos. I saw these and I thought they looked really beautiful. So these are the liquid lipstick duos where it has a liquid lipstick formula on one side. Wow. That's really pigmented. This is the shade, I want to say Ribbons. So you have this, and then on the other side, you have a clear gloss. So it's kind of similar to like the Chanel, if you know those liquid duos that everybody loves. But I think once this sets down, you're supposed to like rub your lips together and shimmer or glitter is supposed to appear. So I just think it's like a really luxurious thing for holidays. They had some really beautiful shades. Some of the reds were like, wow, really pretty, but I wanted to try the formula first. So I'm going to kind of let this set down and then I will kind of tap on it to see if we do see glitter. But if you want a review on that, I will use it in a trying new makeup. So I think that this lipstick has dried down enough. I'm just going to kind of tap. Oh yeah. Oh wow. That's actually more impressive than I initially thought. Hopefully you can see the glitter, but definitely glitter immediately coming through. Interesting. Okay, so I'm excited to try this on the lips because that actually was very easy. I thought for sure I'm gonna like do all this and nothing's gonna show up, but it actually does have that glitter. So just curious to see how it feels on the lips, how long it lasts. But another luxury brand that got me is Dolce & Gabbana. And I know this isn't like a new brand. I don't know why no one ever talks about it. I saw these palettes, and when I saw some swatches of these, I was like, I have to have. So I got the Ever Icon palette in Amber Venus. Now the packaging is gaudy and you're either gonna love it or hate it. It feels very heavy. Again, we like to say it's like a weapon. I don't know if I think the packaging's a little bit tacky, but the packaging didn't get me. It's the actual shadows. And I have to tell you that these shadows are so buttery. I'm serious. Like, these mattes are incredibly buttery. They're not powdery. And then you have these standard shimmers that are very, very soft and shiny. But the star of the show is the center shade. This is gorgeous. It reminds me of the Patrick Ta Major Dimension palette, those toppers, but I would say even more glittery. It is truly beautiful, truly beautiful. Like, these are getting 5-star reviews and I can see why. And I don't think the price is too crazy. I mean, it's luxury, but it's not like, you know, Louis Vuitton or $150. So I'm really happy to have this. I think it's just a fun, I don't know, glittery, glitzy, glammy palette. And I think it's really beautiful for holiday, but the formula is actually really nice. I did also pick up a lipstick from Dolce & Gabbana. I really want to go in store and see the colors because it seems like they have some really light shades, which I personally love. And this is in the Sculpt Satin formula. I think this is 30.07. The packaging feels really nice and weighted. And this shade is so pretty. It's like a light, really peachy nude shade. Kind of reminds me of Flesh Pot from MAC. So I am intrigued to try this. The packaging is really, really nice. It has a very thin bullet, but it feels nice and weighted. I know the packaging from Dolce & Gabbana can be a little gaudy, but it actually feels like a nice formula when I'm swatching it. And the shade is kind of hard to find. I feel like a lot of the mainstream brands don't offer really light shades for lipstick anymore. I'm talking like MAC Myth or something like that. So I really like this color and I want to try this formula and then go in store and maybe like swatch some other shades because they seem to have a lot. And then I did also, I caved, okay? And I picked up this. I don't know what happened, but this from Rem Beauty. This is one of the blush palettes from the Wicked collaboration. So I am wearing this shade on top of that Dior liquid blush, and it looks really pretty, like really baby pink, but in a lilac way. And this is a matte shade, and then you also have like this marbled shade in the middle, which kind of has a glow to it once you blend it together. It doesn't seem like overly intense, which is good for my skin tone. I really liked that matte shade. And then you have a really kind of glowy, shimmery, that's kind of like a, I would say a blush topper for me. So this just gave like baby cheeks, baby pink doll cheeks, which I personally love. And this was kind of like an impulse purchase. I will say that this feels pretty nice. Like, it doesn't feel cheap by any means. So I think it is a cute collection. I actually was really looking at the lip glosses from this collection as well as the eyeshadow palette looked really pretty, but I'm not like a Wicked fan, so it really doesn't matter to me. I just knew that I love pink blushes. So I was like, you know what? I will get a ton of use out of that. Speaking of pink blushes, I did also grab 2 different formulas that are new to me, and I've used one of them and really love it, but this other one I haven't used yet. So I've been wanting to try this, but it was on sale at Ulta. So I grabbed this Dibs. This is the Baked Blush Duo in Popstar. So I haven't even swatched this yet, but again, I just am really drawn to these baby pink shades. These feel really, really soft. They have a glow to them, but they just look really beautiful. So I wanted to try these out and kind of get my thoughts in comparison to, let's say, like the Kosas. And I think this shade will work really well with my skin tone. I just wanted to get this at a discount. The packaging feels pretty nice too. I mean, it's a little bulky, but I think it's cute. And then this I am really loving. I also use this on my lips as well, but this is the Juicy Blush from Lancome. So I got the shade 10. And this is definitely more juicy on the cheeks, but I find that it works beautifully with powder, which is a non-negotiable for me. It's not overly pigmented, so I find that it just is really easy to use. It's very thin in texture, and it gives me a really pretty baby doll flush. Again, I also use this on my lips as well, and I think it's really, really nice. I don't feel like I've heard anyone talk about these. I feel like they kind of flew under the radar. I want to say I got mine from Nordstrom maybe. So I don't know if it's just because like they're not at Sephora. I don't think they're at Sephora, that maybe people aren't just like, they're not trying them. Okay, so we're nearing the end. I know this has been a long haul. I was overdue. I should have done multiples, but I wanted to rave about this Byredo palette. I purchased this. It's my first Byredo palette, and I was thinking I wasted my money. Like, this is not going to be for me. I have to tell you that this formula is incredible. So I'm wearing it on my eyes today. I just think there's something special about this formula. The mattes almost have this like soft satin feel to them. They just blend like a literal dream. They pretty much blend themselves, and you have such an array of colors. Like, it just feels like this could give you any kind of neutral look that you would want. And then you have these rich, like I'm talking rich metallics. I mean, I barely touch these. They feel like velvet, and I'm literally not exaggerating. I mean, look how smooth these are. They don't have chunks of glitter, but they have that like rich pigment to them. I just love this formula, and these tones are so flattering on my skin tone and my eye color. I just think this is truly stunning. You also have like this really intense kind of like topper sort of shade, but nothing is chunky. It's so smooth. I don't know how to describe it to you other than perfection, literally. So I see the hype now. This is a very expensive palette, but I can tell you that the quality is truly incredible. And to finish off this haul, I have these palettes that I purchased from Izamaya Beauty. Now, I had a moment of weakness. I haven't tried these yet. I've swatched them, and I have some thoughts. So these are like the bring back palettes from her original palettes that people really loved. And I have to say that I don't love the packaging. The original packaging was super sturdy. It looked really cool and just kind of like grungy. This, I can see people are saying it's kind of like kidneys, which I get it. I bought both of them. They're not super weighted, so that was something I noticed for the price. But I want to get into just the swatches. So this is the Core 1.0 palette, and I thought that I was going to prefer this one, but it is really interesting when you're looking at these shades all feel different, and it's a little confusing because like if I touch this shade, which is this kind of like purpley shade, I mean, it is like intense glitter payoff, but then you kind of touch this shade at the top, I guess that green, and it is almost wet. Like, it will indent if you put your finger in too aggressively, but then you almost have like some duds, I would say, which would be like this kind of iridescent shade. I don't know, it just feels like really kind of flat to me. So it's kind of one of those things that I feel like I'm gonna have to like dive in and do multiple looks to see my thoughts on these, because the textures are just so wildly different depending on what color you touch. And swatching these, I felt like the Core 2.0 was more intense. So it kind of surprised me because the color story, I'm more drawn to the first one, but swatching these in comparison to the other palette, these seem more intense overall. I mean, this is crazy, crazy work. Like, look at this freaking color. I need to like show you. I mean, it is like galactic stunning. It's, I mean, truly gorgeous when you swatch it out. Let me just swatch a couple more. You have, again, similar to like that Byredo. This definitely feels totally different in terms of like the texture, but some of these shades are I mean, crazy, like beautiful glitter glimmer. So I don't think that I'm gonna be disappointed with the formulas in here. I just think the packaging could have been more elevated for the price point. Although I will say that I got a discount on these by looking for codes. So if I can find a code, I will leave it below. I know that there was like 20% off, and then I think I got 15% off for like signing up for the newsletter. So definitely recommend that. I also think, you know, maybe one would have done. Like, why do I always have to go crazy? But I don't think that you need both of them. I mean, you don't really need any makeup, but I don't know how much use am I gonna get out of all of these colors, because, you know, I'm gonna reach for like one or two on the eye here or there, but I do think they're really pretty, and some of them stand out more than others. Like that blue, holy smokes. But even like that gunmetal, I mean, they are really beautiful. I just have to get them on my eyes to give you like my full thoughts. I just wish that the packaging would have been more elevated. All right, guys, so I think I'm gonna end it there. I went over pretty much everything that I can think of. I do have some packages on the way, and of course there'll be more hauls to come, but I hope you guys enjoyed seeing what I have purchased recently, and I wanna know, what do you wanna see reviews on? What are you most excited for? Because I wanna be able to prioritize what you guys will actually watch. So let me know down below. Of course, I will link everything that I shared today, as well as my makeup, but I hope you saw some close-ups and swatches of products that maybe you were interested in. So if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, I hope you stick around and subscribe. As always, thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.